I'm Ian Bennett, and on this trip I'm going up north. Why don't you join me? I can be your tour guide. Our first stop will be Carlisle, the most northern point on England's western coast, where we will overnight at the very comfortable Premier Inn, followed by a visit to Carlisle's wonderful medieval cathedral. From Carlisle, we'll travel across the country to the east coast, and then further north to the walled town of Berwick-Upon-Tweed, the most northerly town in England. For this part of the trip, we'll stay at Haggerston Castle, then drive over a man-made causeway to Holy Island, with its iconic Lindisfarne Castle, ruined priory and famous Lindisfarne mead. Lying within the Abbey precinct, a gated area of the city, Carlisle Cathedral is the second smallest of England's medieval cathedrals, encircled by the deanery, the Prior's Tower, Bishop Smith's Registry, the Canons' houses and the Freytry. Originally a Norman priory church and made a cathedral in 1133, this magnificent building features figurative stone carving, medieval choir stalls and England's largest flowing decorated Gothic-style window. In 1988, a major dig was conducted in the northwest corner of the cathedral, the area subsequently being converted to house the current treasury. Over on the east coast, Berwick-Upon-Tweed is England's most northerly town. Presided over by an imposing town hall, a bustling market brings Berwick to life every Wednesday. While peace and tranquility can be found in waterside cafes outside the town walls. The walls are punctuated by alleys and ginnels, leading to houses clustered around charismatic squares. Some with houses hidden deep under the wall. Houses in one square have been renovated and converted into a youth hostel, complete with its own bistro. Along the walls, 1- and 2-storey houses open onto the wall, but are often just the top floors of houses, actually 4 or 5 stories high. The most complete town walls in England, Berwick's walls date from turbulent times when ownership of Berwick alternated no less than 13 times between Scotland and England. With direct access from the A1, Haggerston Castle is the ideal base for touring the area, with all amenities for a family break on hand. With vans arranged in small clusters around 5 lakes, it's teeming with wildlife. It even has its own 9-hole golf course. If you've not been in a caravan since your youth, then you're in for a surprise. Often featuring wraparound patio decking, modern caravans are more upmarket, with comfortable living areas, flat-screen TVs, full central heating, kitchens and bedrooms with en-suite bathrooms. With a population of just 180, Holy Island is a tidal island with a small town, a castle, a ruined priory and a church. Less than a mile offshore, Holy Island is accessible at low tide on foot by a pilgrim's path over the mudflats or by car over a modern causeway. Built in the 1950s, its winding route is more than 3 miles, but tide tables are critical. Every month a vehicle gets stranded by a rising tide, and with rescue costing almost £3,000, that's an expensive trip. The name Holy Island has been in use since the 11th century, and locally the island is rarely referred to by its Anglo-Saxon name of Lindisfarne, a name only used these days when referring to the pre-conquest monastic settlement, the priory ruins, the castle or Lindisfarne Mead. Lindisfarne Castle is really 2 buildings. Most visible is a comfortable Edwardian holiday home designed by architect Edward Lutyens. But hiding behind all that is the old fort, which dates from Tudor times and takes up 3/4 of the castle's history. The castle is now operated by the National Trust, along with the nearby walled garden of Gertrude Jekyll. Holy Island has great Christian significance, and the now ruined Lindisfarne Priory became the base for Christian evangelism in the north of England. The adjacent Priory Church is now the Anglican Church of St Mary's, where short services open to visitors are held every day. Originally buried on the island, St Cuthbert's body was later exhumed and carried by monks to Durham, where it was reburied. Lindisfarne Mead is famous and can be bought at the winery gift shop.